Hello and welcome back to Minibolt's Let's Play of Pokemon Sapphire. In the last episode, we got our starter Pokemon and had our first trainer battle. And in this episode, we're gonna go and meet May and Professor Birch in their laboratory. Just here. We get a Pokedex, which he'll explain right on screen. But basically, it records all the information that you get when you catch a Pokemon, such as their height, where they can be catched, basic information on them, and their size in comparison to you. Now May will give you 5 Pokeballs. These are the tools you use to catch Pokemon. I'll explain it in just a second. And now that we're done here, we can leave, which is awesome. The best part of that entire little thing is the fact that we could leave. Now what does Mum want? Now she will give us the running shoes, the best thing about the Pokemon games. No, I'm joking. But seriously, when you wear these, you can run faster, so we don't have to dawdle around anymore. We can zip up and just look at this. I'll show you. This is what we normally would walk like, and wow! Now let's just catch. I'll show you this. This is a Wurmple. Now that we can catch Pokemon, I'll go into more depth about them. Wurmple is a bug Pokemon, very basic. It's decent in that it is useful at the start of the game. Later in the game though, it's not very helpful. Although it can be useful for the first 2 gyms, I probably wouldn't recommend it any further. I myself won't be catching one of these, but if you want to, it can be fun to have one of these. Quickly just take it out. Back to the old town. I didn't actually show the Pokemon I was going to look for, so I'll try and show it now. Here it is. It's a Zigzagoon. We encountered one before, but we couldn't catch it then. Zigzagoon is a normal type. The very basic Pokemon that they give you at the start of the game. It actually has a very wide move pool and can learn a lot of HMs, which we'll be encountering later. Due to the fact it can learn so much, and it has the ability Pick Up, which means it sometimes gets extra items, I will probably be catching one for earlier on in the game. I might drop it off later, but it will be a handy addition. Not a potion, a Pokeball. It will be a handy addition for quite a while, giving me free items and letting me use HMs. And we caught it, which is always handy. As you can see, its data went into the Pokedex. And I will give a nickname. I will just call it Slave, as it will be my HM slave. Oh, that's not how you spell slave. That's how you spell slave. Bit of a degrading name, but whatever. I'll head back to the Pokemon Center and just heal up quickly. Now let's have a look at Slave. Just a very basic Pokemon, nothing special. We won't really be leveling it up much, it'll just be there to help. Hey guys, and now that we've done that, we'll come over this way and finally leave Old Town. As we enter Route 102, you'll unfortunately notice that I've battled these trainers already. This is cause I actually finished this recording and then had to restart it just as after I left that Pokemon Center there. But I'll go through some of the wild Pokemon that you see here if I can find them. Maybe. Okay, here's one. Oh, no, that's a Zigzagoon. Okay, I'll just talk about the Pokemon. First was a Poochyena. It's a little black dog-like Pokemon. It's a dark type. Very basic. You'll get them at the start of the game. They're kinda like Zigzagoon at the start in that they're very basic, usually just have tackle, but they also learn some other moves and quickly learn some dark moves. Although their evolution has decent attack and speed, they're not the best Pokemon, and I haven't chosen to use one. This guy over here was a bug trainer. He simply had 2 Wurmple. Nothing super good, I guess. This guy over here, actually he was the one that had the Poochyena. The other guy had a Zigzagoon. He also had a second Pokemon, which was a Tailo, which is a normal flying type. It's very quick and has decent attack. I like them, and it wasn't too much of a challenge, and its evolution is very good though. I really like its evolution. Over here, where I just am now, there was berries, which I will show you in my bag. Berries can do a number of things, such as healing poison, such as this Pecha berry, or healing some HP, as this orange berry says. They can be used for a lot of other things, but they're just a little nice addition. I also saw a Lotad, which is a water grass type. Unfortunately, my game stopped, so I couldn't do anything about it. But I wasn't going to catch him anyway, as I already have Trico, which is my grass type, and I plan on getting a different water type. It's a very good addition to your team though if you pick a Pokemon such as Torchic. Now, let's get on with this battle. Laciana has a Zigzagoon. Not actually that much of a problem. We'll just absorb its energy with absorb. It's not very strong. You can definitely beat this thing no matter what level you are, really, as it will just use Growl and Tackle, and you can always heal off the damage with the potion you got. As you can see, not really a problem. You'll also notice that because Absorb is a grass type, and grass is special type move in this game, we aren't getting affected by Growl, so we're still doing a lot of damage to it. And we've healed all our HP from that battle, and we've leveled up to level 10. We'll keep battling these Zigzagoon so Slave doesn't have to battle it. I'm not ever gonna really use Slave, hopefully. Well, it's not my intention to. Absorb does a lot of damage right now, as you get same type attack bonus, otherwise known as stab. That makes half the if a move is 20 base power like Absorb is, and you have stab, it means it does 30, because half of 20 is 10, so you plus 10 onto the 20 already. It's a 1.5 multiplier of the move. After battling her and getting more stingy amounts of money, come down here and you can get another potion for free. Very handy. Oh, and a wild Pokemon battle. And here's the Lotad. A better one than the one I saw, actually. Very handy Pokemon. I'm not going to use one, but it's decent. And it can be very handy at the start of the game. I love its final evolution, but I'm not going to use it. Walking up here, we'll just look at this. This is the PC Pokemon Center like I showed. This is Pokemon Mart. Some more water which we can surf over later. This is a Pokemon gym. It's actually the gym of your father. And this is Wally's house. Oh, and this is a guy that's annoying. I already, leave me alone. Ugh, stupid guy. Anyway, that is Wally's house there, but we'll get into that later. In this town there's basically not much. Besides the gym, there's not really much to do here right now. So we'll just head in. And in the next episode, we'll be talking to Dad. See you guys then.